Hey everybody, GC13 here. The diamonds of Steven Universe are the gem matriarchs. Every gem that was ever made contains some of their essence, and it's that essence that defines much of what a gem is. Now, you don't have to like the diamonds. Steven certainly doesn't, but their powers are definitely worth examining, especially since we've seen each diamond's powers completely reverse, starting aggressive and damaging, but ending up much more reactive and restoring. Yellow and Blue Diamond's powers are relatively easy to explain. Yellow has control over a gem's physical form. When they were trying to heal Steven's friend Senti, it was Yellow who was responsible for changing her from her monstrous centipedal form into her standard-issue nephrite form. She could also use this control in a fight. When Yellow got angry, she could emit a lightning blast that was strong enough to poof an ordinary gem with just a quick zap. She was also the first of Era 2's diamonds to show off her Era 3 powers. Yellow retained her control over a gem's physical form, but rather than poofing gems, she was restoring them. Yes, part of this restoration was her dedicating time to undoing her forced fusion experiments, but it manifested in her power as well. Now Yellow can change a gem's physical form at will, restoring her body to normal, even if she has a cracked gem. Yellow has the power to make any other changes she'd like to, too, such as the silly alterations requested by Spinel, or an enormous increase in size as we see in Future's Big Finish. She even offers to reduce the size of the corrupted quartz's horns. Heck, she could probably remove the horns entirely if that's what they wanted. Blue Diamond's powers are related to the mind. This was most clearly shown during the healing of Senti. While Yellow restored her physical form, she still hissed and tried to move like she had a centipedal's body. Her mind was still in its corrupted, monster state. Blue was able to repair her mind, rendering her recognizably herself again, though there was still mending that needed to be done. The other way her powers show crosses over into the emotional, which we'll see shortly as a category shared with Pink, but in a distinct way. Blue can force her mental state onto you. In Era 2, she was overcome with grief for the loss of Pink, so she could bring all but the most traumatized gems to their knees as they found themselves overwhelmed by the sadness Blue was feeling. After Blue learned the truth about Pink, and Era 3 began, she found she didn't have reason to be sad anymore, and she wanted to make up for all the sadness she forced on others by giving gems the opportunity to feel happy. It was, perhaps, a less healthy way of giving back than Yellow had found, but a genuine attempt all the same. Pink Diamond was the emotional core of the Diamond family back in Era 1, so it's only fitting that when Steven, Yellow, and Blue tried to heal Senti, it was Steven, wielding Pink's power, who managed to calm her as she presumably relived the attack that corrupted almost every gem on Earth. But that's where Pink's powers stop working on emotions. Like Yellow's, her powers are always of a more physical nature. And just like all of the diamonds, Pink's powers did undergo a radical shift. While once they were terribly destructive, letting her frustration out in devastating tantrums, immense regret completely reversed how they manifested, turning Pink from a cracker of gems into a healer of them. While Yellow was able to place shards together and use her powers to repair the damaged body that the cracked gem projected, Pink's tears would be able to heal all of the cracks on that reassembled gem, which would fix the physical form just as well as Yellow could. White Diamond's powers are hard to explain for another reason. We saw that, working together, the other three could restore a gem's body, mind, and soul, if you'll excuse the poetics. It was only temporary, though. As soon as they let go, Senti goes right back to her corrupted state. White was the one it took to make the restoration permanent, and it was only once they had her on side that they were able to do a mass uncorruption pool party at Rose's old fountain. Her Era 2 powers were quite terrifying too. She could project her will onto you, turning you into her puppet. Quite fitting a power, given how hard she projects her own flaws onto Steven when conversing with him. And maybe there's a video topic there. While she was limited in how many gems she could control like this at once, it didn't seem any harder to take over a diamond than it was to take over a pearl. So if push came to shove, she could take the right enemies over and quash any rebellion. In Era 3, though, the projection is completely reversed. Now White travels the galaxy, receiving the minds of other gems and letting them know what it feels like to inhabit the body of a diamond. 4 diamonds, each with their own unique powers. But the way those powers were expressed could be changed. Pink had her revelation the earliest, when one of her tantrums hurt someone very close to her. But the end of the Empire came about because of a change in the hearts of the other diamonds, and where their hearts went, their powers followed. What do you guys think? Which diamond has the best new power? Whose transformation did you like the most? Let me know down in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more cartoon videos.